Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Radha Madana Mohan Radhe, Radha Madana Mohan Radhe. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Jai Gaura Hari Bo.
ये नाइट इसके घर में है।
जय जय।
Yeah, so for today's satsang, Prabhuji, Sanjeev Prabhu and Srija Mataji, can you please stand up? They are the hosts. So let us thank first of all Sanjeev Prabhu and Srija Mataji for hosting this wonderful session with 3 loud and enthusiastic Hari Bols. So we will go to the. I don't want to stand between Prabhuji and all of you. So
You're standing on the side, Prabhuji, no problem. So it's okay.
So before giving the introduction, let me, in fact, give a quick introduction about Prabhuji. I know this introduction is very short, by the way, very, very short, but there's a lot to say. But let me give a quick peek on this. So Dwarkadhish Prabhu is MD General Medicine and the head of Department Medicine at Bhakti Vedanta Hospital, Mumbai. And Vishaka Priya Mataji is a guide and counselor for devotee girls in Mumbai. She organizes and coordinates Vaishnavi camps in all of Maharashtra. They both serve as Grihastha counselors in ISKCON Chowpatty. Both of them are senior disciples of His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj, serving as mentors and counselors for over 30 years in ISKCON Chowpatty. They have personally helped thousands of devotees to balance their daily lives in Krishna consciousness and can provide amazing clarity if you ask any doubts that's bothering you or hindering you in your spiritual progress. Very Murli Prabhu? So make a note of it. So before...
He has many doubts.
No, actually, he has asked for another topic, so we have given another topic. So some questions might be answered there. So before Same topic. No change.
No, if there is a change also,
it does.
whatever, yeah.
No, I said that's a wonderful topic, actually, service and So before I hand over the mic to Prabhuji, so I think this situation, husband and wife, they plan to come to an important meeting at 4:30. There's a meeting at 5 o'clock. There's a meeting at 4:30. They wanted to start from house, and Mataji, one partner says, but partner says that only 5 minutes, but it never gets on time, right? So like that, in relation, what is that which is perpetually penetrate in the center of all relationships? What is that? Is it expectations? Is it obligation? Or is it some other thing? So that's what we are going to get an enlightenment today. So what is the topic, by the way, today's topic?
Keeping service.
Don't say.
Keeping service attitude in relationship.
Yes. So that is the topic what we are going to have today by this Dwarkadhish Prabhu and So let's welcome both of them with 3 enthusiastic and loud Haribol!
I'm thinking service.
बाया का नहीं सुनाई दिया, गायन का सुनाई नहीं दिया, फिर से एक बार। Thank you very much for this, Mataji.
Yeah, okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. Yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare.
You're getting married again?
Yeah. So for the Savadan, Savadan, Savadan. Hare Krishna. Oh. Yeah. Thank you very much for your very sweet, loving, and uproarious reception to all the devotees. We just chanted a mantra just now. He Krishna, Karuna Sindhu, Deenabandhu, Jagatpate, Gopesha, Gopika Kanta, Radha Kanta, Namaste. So why is Krishna called as Karuna Sindhu? Karuna means mercy. Sindhu is ocean. Now this ocean is far more bigger than Pacific and Atlantic Ocean. It's an unlimited ocean. So can you imagine a person who is more merciful than the ocean himself? We are in the month of monsoon now, and Everyone is like a chataka bird looking up, waiting for.
Rains.
We were flying from Mumbai to Hyderabad, and I pointed out to Vishaka to the clouds. We were flying over the clouds, 37,000 feet above the ground, right? And I saw there was absolutely no grey clouds. It was pure white spring clouds. So Vishaka, this is a very bad sign. Even so high in the sky, there are no rain-filled skies, clouds anymore. We don't know when it's going to rain now, right? So of course we are reaping the fruits of our own misdeeds, but Krishna has given us rain. How wonderful is that? And how Krishna stores rain, how Krishna stores water, right? So we have very advanced storage systems for this building, for example, which is 24. There will be a very advanced system of pumping water from down and storing it upstairs and then passing it around. How does Krishna store water for his millions and millions of children, right? Because we have a water tank, right? So what are clouds? They are Krishna's water tanks. But the beauty and the glory is that by his Achintya Shakti, those water tanks don't have to be resting on a building or a surface. They can be they can be floating. Krishna gives us air, he gives us food, he gives us beautiful flowers and vegetables to eat. In every way, Krishna mercifully maintains Nityo Nityanam Chitanas Chitananam Ekabhaunam Vidadati Kaman. Right? We are all Nityas. You are Nitya, I am Nitya. Nitya means we are eternals. But we Nityas can't maintain each other. So we require one another Nitya, who is supreme Nitya and who maintains all other Nityas. So in various ways, Krishna is mercifully maintaining the creation. Without Krishna's merciful intervention, everything will be finished. The sun is there, the sun is the source of life, right? Every plant grows because of photosynthesis, because of the sun. If there is no sun, there is no photosynthesis, there is no life. So, Krishna is called as most merciful. Now, if he is most merciful, what is the highest expression of his mercy? When can we say that Krishna is most merciful upon the children of his world? According to the Holy Scriptures, it is said that when Krishna is truly merciful on a particular soul, yes, he gives rain to everyone, he gives vegetables to everyone, he gives air to everybody, he's not selective about it, everyone. He's generally supplying everybody. But when Krishna chooses to be excessively and specifically merciful to somebody, then he reserves something which is in his own treasure box and he will give that, his own personal thing. And what is that? He will give the association of his own devotees. Right? His own devotees are is Krishna's own, like you have a cherished treasure, right? You keep some money in the house for this and that, right? But you keep your most valuable things not in the house. You keep it in your safe deposit locker, right? So Krishna keeps his most safe, his most chosen things in his own merciful chest box, and that is his devotees. And therefore, when Krishna wants to express his special love towards a particular Jivatma, he will send from his own personal entourage, his own parashad, to actually go and bless on his behalf. During British times, there was something called as there was a king who used to stay in England, and there was a viceroy who would be staying in India, right? So the viceroys were there, and they were treated like kings because they perfectly represented the views, opinions, and strategies, policies of the King of England, right? So the pure devotee of the Lord are like Krishna's own viceroys. Viceroys. And therefore, without any debate or argument, we all can understand that the rarest jewel of bhakti can only be received from the hand of another devotee. Bhakti Thakur sings this song, Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache. Ami to kangala, Krishna Krishna boli, dhai tava pache pache. Right? As for myself, I have nothing. Right? I have no access to you, my dear Lord. Only you, my dear devotee, you pure devotee, you can give Krishna to me. So when the Viceroy comes, he has the power to give Krishna to others. How wonderful is that? Right? He actually has Krishna with him, within his heart, and therefore he distributes Krishna's grace to all that people he meets. And therefore, quite logically, in the Vaishnava societies, like ourselves, we are in Vaishnava society, right? The highest respect is given to Vaishnavas, right? Vishnu Bhaktas are called as Vaishnavas. They are called as Sajatiya. The word is called as Sajatiya. They are of the same jati as Krishna. So they are considered as non-different from Krishna, actually. And therefore, Vaishnavas are a very special breed of human beings on this planet. Right? They are not ordinary personalities. And therefore, today what we will try to do is see and examine in some depth how we can maximize our relationship with Vaishnavas and turn it around in such a way that we can derive the highest benefit from them. If Krishna has sent the highest thing he has through the devotees, then we need to have the ability to access that treasure through our consciousness. Correct? So, what we gain from Vaishnava association is based only on one thing, and that is our attitude. The letter of instruction in the introduction, Srila Prabhupada writes a very powerful line, which is very useful to us to always remember. He said, success in Krishna consciousness depends upon the attitude of the practitioner. In anything in this world, they say, right, in corporate world, they say, your attitude determines your altitude. If in your job, you're working in a job, your boss, different employees are there, said, he has an attitude problem. He can't make much progress. Somebody with a proper attitude, he can make a lot of progress. Right? So what can we gain from association can be divided into categories. So today we're going to dive deeper into what type of transaction can take place. In everything in this world, there is something called as good, and there is better, and then there is best. So similarly, we will see very soon how attitude which we carry in our hearts can determine what really happens in Vaishnava Sangha. Right? And then we will conclude with the conclusion which we are trying to drive today about what is the goal of all Vaishnava relationships. So, what is the good level of Vaishnava association? Good. If these things are happening in association, this is considered as good. So what are the characteristics? What are the features, parameters? So I'm talking a little more scientifically. because I'm analyzing more. I'm trying to categorize the energy production in a Vaishnava Sangha. How much bhakti is generated in. So we'll start with the first level number 1. What is good? So I'm going to say a few things. When the association is of the good type, that means 2 devotees meet or 4 devotees meet or a group of devotees like today meets, right? Then when can we say after the meeting is over that it was a good association? If we received a lot of social and emotional support, we felt socially connected, right? We all have social needs, right? We have physical needs, emotional needs, social needs, intellectual needs, spiritual needs. There's so many needs, right? But man is not an island. Man, the biggest disease in the world is supposed to be loneliness. And therefore, when we come to a satsanga, we also feel a sense of social belonging. Is it not? That I belong to this, what is this building called? Tridosha, no? Zenith. So this is the Zenith Sangha, Zenith Vaishnava Sangha group, correct? So where are you going, Prabhuji? Where are you going? I'm going to Zenith Satsang program because I belong to that particular Satsang group, correct? So then there is a social group which is there. And when you meet with devotees, are you happy or unhappy?
Happy.
Very happy, little
Not
happy?
sure.
Very happy. When we are here, very happy.
I would like to shift this way. You all can see.
We are waiting. Whole week we are waiting for this time. Saturday evening it's coming. So we
You wait.
eagerly waiting.
You're eagerly waiting. That's an extremely healthy sign. Very, very beautiful sign. Right? So you feel social connectivity, you feel emotionally connected, right? How are you, Mataji, Hare Krishna? How are you doing? Your child is preparing for NEET exam tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Wish him good luck. So we connect on the emotional platform, correct? We get to know how people are doing and some sort of connection is there. We understand who's doing what and we have our courtesies where we connect at that level. Is that good? Yes. It's very good, right? Then we make friends over here. Do we make friends among devotees?
Yes.
Right? Right? Some of you are good friends together. That's also a very good gain from association. You actually become friends, where you have a bit of liberty to open your hearts and share. Right? Is these days the ability to share with people is very restrictive. You can't really open your hearts to so many people. Correct? But you find a person like that who is trustworthy, then it is very wonderful. Do you feel encouraged in your life and in your bhakti?
Yes.
Is it good? Right?
Yes.
So that also is. Then, as I said, today people are suffering from loneliness and therefore coming to a sangha means actually you forget about loneliness completely, but you really deep dive into the energy flowing in the particular sangha. So this type of sangha is useful in what sense? It protects the person from materialistic association. Right? Asat sangas tyaga ei Vaishnavachar. So because he has a sense of belonging, he has got his friends here, he's got his friendship here, and he's got his emotional support here, he's got social connectivity over here, that prevents him from going too much into that association, right? So it's a particular shield is created where you don't feel the need or you don't feel the temptation to really start mixing with so many people who are, as I say, not devotionally inclined, who are not in the path of Krishna consciousness. And therefore, overall, the question to be asked is, when good association is there, are we happy in association? Answer is yes. Okay. So if this is happening, then the Vaishnava system is good. The question is this the best or this is the good level? It looks like the best, huh? But you will see as we go further in discussion that if the attitude is upgraded, you can actually have more coming in from Vaishnava Sangha. Okay. Yeah. So now we are going to see how our attitude can be made even higher. The next level, now this level is good and this is very foundational, right? However, this is not the best gain from Sangha. In fact, if somebody stays at this level, he may become very comfortable with this level. My friends are here, I'm able to talk, I'm a nice kirtan, and everything else is going, अच्छा लग रहा है. एक क्या लगता है? I feel good in association, right? But we are trying to see how we can make this better. The next level which we want to really upgrade our consciousness to is we want to have deeper learning and personal growth in that association. Learning and personal growth. The question is, how many of us like to have growth in our life? Right? Growth. Growth is a symptom of, it's practically a symptom of life itself, is it not? If the tree is growing, it's always, tree is not growing. A child is growing, right, till 4-5 years, and then stops growing at 5 years. Something is a problem. You're in a job and you're, except very few people in the world, right? After 2 years, you want to have growth increment, then another increment, then an increment. And suppose after 5 years you ask him, what is your salary now? Probably is same salary as I had 5 years back. It's a problem, no? You expect what? Yeah, when the increment time comes, everyone is like, kitna dega company, kitna dega, right? And whether they 8%, 9% hike, 10%, will they be able to counter the inflation, this, that, and there are so many questions start coming, right, during increment time, correct? So everyone is expecting what? Company will give some growth advantage to the employees. So we now shift the gear and think, what are the signs of growth for a Vaishnava? When do you say Vaishnava actually is growing? Something happened? Hare Krishna? Yeah. When can we say that we are growing in Krishna consciousness?
In association.
Huh?
Growing in association.
Growing in association, right? Anybody can say? What are the signs of that we are growing?
We are reminded of the goal of life in the association of the devotee. As soon as we get in association, speak to him, his words and actions remind us of our ultimate goal.
Yeah, okay.
And also we are motivated to do more.
Yes, you are motivated to do more. Okay, so that is a good, healthy sign of growth. What else is a sign of growth?
Jivadaya.
Jivodaya, feel compassionate. Very nice.
We start giving association. People look forward to take our association. That's a sign of growth.
Wow. Okay. What else is a sign of growth?
We remember Krishna more.
You can do Krishna more.
See Krishna in every way.
You start seeing Krishna in different ways.
No, see Krishna in every way.
In every way.
In everybody.
In everybody. Very, very powerful. Very powerful understanding.
Most importantly, we'll be away from the materialistic.
Yes. We'll be very, very clearly
Very clearly distinguishing between spiritual and
black and white. Right? So we're going to define now what are the best parameters for the growth of a Vaishnava in his consciousness through the medium of a powerful Sangha. If Sangha is making you do this, then that is actually, you are actually growing and you're getting the highest advantage from that particular Sangha. So the growth means Growth. So G means greed for Krishna, right? When the heart is deeply hankering, he said, Laulyam eka moolam, right? Laulyam, Rupa Goswami says that, right? Laulyam means greed, right? Most of us have greed for money and name, fame, power, position. But when you have greed for Krishna, right? You're greedy to connect to Him. You're greedy really to have more and more of Krishna in your life, right? Then that greed is a very powerful sign. Greed for Krishna. Laulyam. R means when you actually start respecting, as you said, all living entities. Truly, from within your heart, you respect and you actually understand that every life is divine. It is a part of Krishna, as Krishna says in the Gita, right? Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, Brahmane Gabi Hastini, Shuni Chaiva Shapakecha, Pandita Samadarshina. Correct? So that is respect for all living entities, especially respect for the Vaishnavas, Krishna's representatives. O means you're looking for opportunities to serve, right? You're really hankering for opportunities to serve. What happens? So you're not satisfied with whatever you are doing, but you're looking for more and more opportunities to render service to Krishna, right? Devotional service becomes your main hankering in life. How can I more and more offer service? Pranair, Arthair, Dhiya, Vacha. And W means when we are able to withstand the pushings of Maya externally and internally, that is a very powerful parameter of growth. And we are able to resist. The association of Vaishnavas is like the vaccine which prevents us from getting infected from our contaminated own mind and from the worldly atmosphere, right? You actually become more and more resistant to the temptations and the effects of the surrounding. So you become withstand the pushings of Maya. T means when you're able to tolerate all the events of life. You tolerate happiness and you tolerate sadness. You tolerate success. You tolerate failures. You tolerate the up and the down. Whatever happens in your life, you learn to Tidiksha Karunika. First, you become tolerant. And H is when we genuinely develop humility of the heart. The heart is truly humble, right? Then this happens. The association is considered as better, right? So better may we learn philosophy, we improve sadhana, we clarify our doubts, we develop good habits, we become more disciplined, and we improve our sadachar, right? So when this happens, these are the symptoms of better. So we should be hankering for this. When we are in association, then the first part is nice. We just talked about that. But actually what should happen is deeper absorption in sadhana. Developing good habits. Good habits means getting up in the morning, many good habits, right? Becoming more and more disciplined and better etiquettes and sadachar. So now we are saying that the better in this particular mode, you are not just happy, you are now getting transformed. In the first one, you are just happy being with devotees. I like to be with devotees. They're nice people, right? But now you're going to second level means you are trying to transform your consciousness. And this makes you a better devotee. And then we go to a third level. There's still a higher level available, where the attitude is there to get the highest benefit from this rare commodity of what is called as Vaishnava Sangha, which Krishna has kept for us. And that is when we capture the mood of seva. When we capture this mood, when we really start working on this platform where we say, Jivera Swarup hoy, Krishnera Nityadas. Right? And how does this really manifest? When you say Seva Bhav increasing, what does it really mean in practical terms? It means that he is able to have deeper dedication, a move to make sacrifices for Krishna. You are willing to, you are no longer thinking more selfishly, you're becoming more and more selfless. You're willing to make sacrifices for others, right? Even at the cost of some loss from your side and some difficulties from your side, like Prabhupada did, right? You can understand, is the best example, how much sacrifices he made, but it didn't matter for him at all. As long as he was doing something to save the conditioned souls, all that was all right for him. No sacrifice was great enough, but as long as it helped people to becoming Krishna conscious and save them from the cycle of birth and death, it was perfectly justified. So the mood for making sacrifices. When we have internal surrender, externally we chant Hare Krishna, we have prasadam, and we chant the Mahamantra, we worship the deity. That is external activity. That is very essential and wonderful. That should go hand in hand with internal Sharanagati. So in association, what happens? We should be hankering for internal Sharanagati. And thus, we develop a spirit of being on a mission on behalf of Srila Prabhupada. And we are sort of missionaries. Our life is not just mundane anymore, just for taking care of our family and children, education and daughter's marriage and living a pious life and like that. It is a mission to really make Krishna consciousness the center point of our life. So these are the qualities of when we have association on the highest level. So now we have to examine ourselves and see that when I'm in Sangha, what am I really, at what level am I operating? Am I operating at the level of good, and it is very nice, but can I go to the level of better and best? Take the next one.
He might be. No. Hare Krishna. So we all have, who's our best friend nowadays? The best association is of phone, right? So there is a phone, smartphone nowadays we have. So what are the different uses of a phone? What all you can do with a phone?
Transactions. Reels.
Making reels, okay. What else? Shopping. You don't have to step out. Shopping कर सकते हैं. और क्या कर सकते हैं? Watching movies. What else? Office work. Reading fake news. So many things you can do with a mobile, right? Huh? Even we use a smartphone. You also use a smartphone. But people like us use the smartphone only to make a call, to receive a call. We belong to that generation. You make a call, receive a call, or some WhatsApp message.
Emails.
So people say, "Arey, iPhone hai, lekin that's all you use it for. That's all. You can do so much more with the iPhone, and you are using it only just for making a call and receiving a call, and just few messages here and there. इसका कोई और उससे ज़्यादा use हमें आता नहीं है. You don't know how to do internet banking, or you do not know, shopping online, or how to make reels or whatever. We may not know. So what are we doing? We are underutilizing. If not abusing, we are underutilizing the phone. Then what capacity it has to offer?
Potential.
The potential, we are not using the full potential of the phone. So association is like that. You can make much more out of association, but how much you make out of it depends on us, right? So there are two terms. which I would like to introduce right now. There is, what are we trying to make over here? A community, right? We say gated communities. This new word we learned from Vilan Prabhu and group over here. Gated community, right? So there is a community, and the other thing is a club. Every society, every like this place has a club and a community, right? So what's the difference between a club and community? Both places people come together, they come together and celebrate common things, whatever events जो भी करते हैं. But a club is just for entertainment. It stops at entertainment level. Nice entertainment, nice socialization. भाई कहाँ से लिया ये साड़ी? अच्छा सेल में था. ओके 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 यू नो. एंड दिस कुर्ता अच्छा मान्यवर का है. बराबर बराबर. हाँ ये तनिष्क से लिया, ये फला से लिया, ढिकना लिया, मलाबार डायमंड से. These are the topics that will happen in a club. But if when we meet as devotees, if similar topics will come up, happens many times, na? Unknowingly also, you know, you go to, it happened with us once. In front of us, two devotees were standing, we were all taking darshan of the deities, and the two Matajis were talking, wow, what a beautiful dress Gopinath is wearing today, you know. Just see the color combination, you know, it is shaded, and you know, look at the Swarovski diamonds which are there on the deity's dress, and this color combination Gopinath doesn't have any festival का ऐसा dress नहीं बना हुआ था, you know. And they were just describing the dress, and look at the turban of Gopinath, and you know, the dhoti ka fall is so this thing, and Radharani's skirt is such a designer skirt. It was going in the right direction, and suddenly said, actually, no, my cousin's wedding, na, similar designer skirt she was wearing for lehenga, she was wearing for acha, actually it looks very nice, you know, even mehndi you can wear that, and sangeet mein to pehenenge to अच्छे से dance. तो कहाँ से कहाँ 5 minutes the talk was on the beauty of Gopinath, and when the gear switched, nobody realized that, right? So that's what happens, that if what is being discussed in a club, if the similar type of talks and discussions happen even in communities, then what's the difference between a club and a community? Everybody has a clubhouse, right? Every community has a clubhouse, which can be used for so many different things. So initially when you come to bhakti, growth is always there, but you are looking for what type of growth? Quantitative growth. अरे कितने devotees आए? How many neighbors you could invite? Can each one invite 20 more people to come? And can you spread the message and see that people come? Okay, quantitative growth to some extent is easy, but then what happens? You have to have qualitative growth. And unless there is qualitative growth in association, it remains a club and it doesn't remain a community. Very clear. So when we are coming in association, it is, as we say, you know, it is ABCD. ABCD to is a basic thing. But only when you know ABCD, you can make sentences. Can you make a sentence without ABCD? I will not use ABCD, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Try making a sentence. नहीं बनेगा. And in any sentence, try to make a sentence without A. Somewhere. कोई भी word में A नहीं use करो. Maybe you might be if you think a lot, but it's not easy to make a sentence without A. Same way, we are trying to practice bhakti without A, which stands for association, which is the basic thing. You can talk about A in a very basic way. A means people coming together and all. But A could have different levels, as we discussed today, you know. And only when there is a mature group, you can discuss the importance of going deeper in whatever you are doing, right? So it's very important for us that we used to study quantum physics. So quantitative से qualitative growth में जाने का हमें, it doesn't happen automatically. You have to try for it. You have to work towards it, isn't it? And what is the best way to get association ka quality increased? We'll come to that in a minute. So these were the good, better, best type of association. But there could be bad, worse and worst type of association. So what is bad association?
Hare Krishna. She's giving me the bad work to do. Yeah. So, the Upanishads say that we should have two things, Vidya and Avidya. Both should be known. So, while we are talking very positively about upgrading our consciousness and seeking the right attitude by which you can gain the highest benefit from this rare thing called as association. कितने लोग ऐसे मिलेगा? Very few people get association of Krishna's devotees. Is it not true? Right? And all of you have got Krishna Bhakti from association only. Right? Who gave you Krishna Bhakti? Some devotee. You gave me some devotee. Who gave him? Who made me? My Shiksha Guru gave me Bhakti. Right? So all of us have got it from association. We didn't get from anybody else. It doesn't come from the sky. It doesn't rain Bhakti. Right? It has to be going from a devotee. So, however, as per Upanishad, we should also know what could be the negative elements which can happen during association. Right? And by knowing both, our mind becomes more sharp. We are here to sharpen our intelligence. One of the most important things in bhakti is to have purified intelligence. We have intelligence, but there are intelligence that people are there how to make artificial milk. Right? They do that. They can create from 1 liter of milk, they can make 400 liters of milk. There is a lot of intelligence required now. How to make from 1 liter of milk? It's like jadoo, right? You give them 1 liter milk, ye banao, 1 liter milk. Sab bana denge, by in 3 hours I'll make you 400 liters milk, they gave it to you. That is intelligence, but that is very contaminated intelligence. Right? What are we looking for in Vaishnava association? Purified intelligence. Correct? And therefore, by knowing the downside of association, we will be able to have more clear understanding that this I should not get involved when I'm in Vaishnava Sangha. So let's see some symptoms of bad association. What happens? When there is association which is restricted to just good socializing. Kem cho? How are you? Jai Hare Krishna. Bol khub bhalo. Right? So we socialize, we talk of various things and like that. So that is just, if it is just social, it's bad. If you go to a program which is very socialized, and after the program what happens? There is Prashad. That's what the program. आज खाना नहीं बनाएंगे, क्यों नहीं बनाएंगे? प्रोग्राम जाना है ना, प्रसाद उधर ही वैसे मिल जाता है, चलो उधर ही जाते हैं प्रोग्राम में, खाना उधर ही हो जाएगा अपना. So when you're coming only for, when you come only for prasad, well, that's not a very healthy sign. When you come for networking, right? And there are many people who may come to organization, a spiritual organization, because that अरे अच्छे लोग आते हैं, मालदार लोग आते हैं इधर, कोई यहाँ पर कंपनी में, उस कंपनी में है, the people are all well placed, people are here, people are living in these my home houses are not people who are BSc and like that. They are all people who are in good positions. So जाने से क्या होगा? Networking बढ़ेगा, right? So there are people who may say हाँ थोड़ा अपना भी product है इधर, MLM चलता है अपना, उधर भी मिल जाएगा. तो आप I am an insurance person. प्रभुजी इंश्योरेंस चाहिए तो मुझे बोल देना है आपको. I'm into health insurance. So we may start networking and finding out ways and means to use this association for our selfish
Personal gain.
Right? We may use association sometimes for recreation. मानसिक मनोरंजन. दिल बहल जाता है. ऐसे मानस क्या? कुछ कथा सुनेंगे, है ना, बढ़िया कृष्णा ने ये किया, गोचारण लीला किया, ये किया. उसमें कुछ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का तो बात हुआ नहीं, खाली भगवान ने क्या कैसे गोचारण लीला किया तो क्या हुआ जाने के बाद? अच्छा लगा. तो क्या हो गया उसमें? मनोरंजन हो गया.
कीर्तन अच्छा हो गया.
When we go, for example, for yatras, etc., for just a cultural experience, that's all, right? So these are not the best uses of, right? Yatra mein, no, I have not gone. Have you gone to Rameshwaram? I have not gone. I have not seen it. Let's go to Rameshwaram. I want to see Rameshwaram, right? So you go like you have been to Switzerland? Yeah. Next time I want to go to Switzerland, I'll go to Switzerland. You go to Switzerland, right? So you go to see Switzerland, you go to see London. So also I go to see Rameshwaram. So you're going like a spiritual tourist, right? And to see, but you are not seeking deep experiences, you are not seeking transformation. It is like a tick mark. I have been to Rameshwaram, I have been to Badrinath. Badrinath जाके आए? जाके आया. Master गया बद्रीनाथ जाके बड़ा अच्छा लगे. Very nice. You went to Badrinath, but what happened? Did your life change in any way? Answer is no, right? So these are all things which are done in association, but they are not the best use of association. Then, when we have association whereby we seek association and that we seek recognition, we come for being admired, we come actually to improve our status of life. These are even worse, still lower down. We come for followers. We come here and get some followers. That would be. So rather than serving devotees, we use devotees to fulfill our selfish desires. Please remember, we all have selfish desires in our heart. We can never say at this point of time in our Krishna consciousness that I become selfless. मेरे में कोई स्वार्थी इच्छा बची नहीं है. I am totally selfless. Can we say that with the hand in the heart? That we are selfless now? No. But if you have selfish desires, where will you actually practice your selfishness? We may start practicing it among, because that is like your group now. You are not so much in the outside group. Your only group which you can practice is now this Sangha. You have made your boundary ki, I will not associate with drunkards and prostitutes, people who are into prostitution and all sorts of bad habits and all. वो नहीं जाऊँगा मैं. I know this is बहुत बुरा, नहीं करेंगे वो. Now my only group I will be with is going to be Vaishnavas. But I have selfish desires. So I may start exhibiting my desires in the Vaishnava Sangha. So be thoda beware. And therefore, and there could be something which is worse, which is, I'm sure all of you will understand, but there could be something which is totally taboo, where we are in association and we start gossiping. And we start gossiping, right? We gossip, we find faults. That Mataji na, kya bolne ka abhi? We start finding faults in devotees, and that conversation can start getting degraded.
Politics.
And politics may start coming in. When we have political agendas, we start finding faults. We become offensive in our thoughts and behavior, in our words. My dear devotees, this not only can happen, it actually does happen. Right? So it is important that we have ऐसे से घोड़े को लगाम लगाना पड़ता है, right? So the horse of our consciousness can drag us down, right? Where we are in Sangha, but we are simply there for fault finding. We are simply there for political agenda, right? We are dividing the group. We are saying something against some rumors, etc. That can happen. So Prabhupada said that ISKCON is so powerful. ISKCON is the most powerful movement on the planet. And Prabhupada said convincingly, Maya cannot destroy this movement. Maya cannot destroy this movement, right? However, the movement can be destroyed from within. If Maya empowers one particular devotee to go berserk, he can create havoc in the movement, right? And therefore, we have to be very careful and guarding that our destructive tendencies in our consciousness when they manifest in Sangha, they can become very, very detrimental to our growth. Remember the word growth, we had this word growth, right? So therefore, we now have a balanced understanding whereby when we are in Sangha. So Krishna is saying in the Gita, a very beautiful verse, which should be the theme verse of our association. And when in association, this should be something which we should remind ourselves. What does Krishna say we should do in Sangha? Anybody knows the verse? You know the verse. Beautiful. She's well trained, right? And so the verse is there. Machita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. Right? Krishna is saying something so beautiful, so sweet, and so sublime. Right? He said, and in this particular golden verse, this is one of the called as Chatushloki Gita. This verse is in the part of the Chatushloki Gita. Right? In this verse, Krishna is defining what actually is the purpose of Sangha. When devotees meet, Mat Chitta, their Chitta is where? Not in political things, not in this, not in that. The Chitta is Mat Chitta. The Chitta is where? Is absorbed in me. Right? That means they're worshipping the deity, or they are absorbed in the kirtan, or their heart is fully absorbed in the katha, right? And they are really trying to absorb the teachings of what is being said by the speaker, by the Vaishnava, right? Or by the spiritual master. So when that is happening, right? Mat Chitta, their Chitta is fully with me. Mad Gataha Prana, and their hearts are flowing, their whole life energy is flowing towards me, right? Mat Chitta, Mad Gataha, Gataha means to go, Gataha means jana, Gataha, Prana, their prana, their very life, that existential vitality of their life is flowing towards me, right? Mat Chitta, Mad Gataha Prana. Bodhayantascha parasparam. Parasparam means ek dusre ke saath. Bodhayantas, what are they doing? They enlightening each other about me. Apne, what did you hear? Today morning, I think you were hearing this nice class by Gauranga Prabhu, right? Can you tell me something about it? No? You are not listening? This is how we should talk, I'm saying. Right? I think you went to that Sangha, right? This series was there, they were talking about Brihad Bhagavatamrita, right? So, which part of Brihad Bhagavatamrita did they cover today? Right? This part, Gopkumar, where was Gopkumar? He was in Swargaloka. Okay, what is he doing there? Correct? So, once we know, when we meet devotees, right? What have you been reading? You've been reading, I heard that you've been reading Nectar of Devotion these days. Which chapter are you reading now? Oh, 6th chapter. I'm just on the 4th chapter now. Can you tell me something about 6th chapter? Bodhayantascha parasparam. Right? Parasparam. In the olden days in ISKCON, this was something, we are like a new ISKCON, whatever. It's same moment, but things change. Earlier, I'm giving an example of New Vrindavan, for example. New Vrindavan is a community which is in West Virginia. Prabhupada Palace of Gold is a nice community of several thousand devotees who are staying there. So there were a lot of cows there. 700, at some point there were 700 cows. Correct? So 2 devotees are there, they are gwalas. Correct? So 1 cow, so there are 4 udders for the cow. So one fellow is here, other fellow is there, right? And they are doing that is going on. It's a mechanistic work. The bucket is down and it's pouring, right? And what they are doing, they're keeping the one book down there and they're reciting the Gita shlokas, and both of them he's not able to see each other because the big belly of the cow is there. But they are all reciting verses, or they're asking, did you hear Prabhupada yesterday, the particular class he had given in Los Angeles that was released? Did you hear anything about it? So they are conversing, even while they are milking the cow, they are talking about verses. And if Prabhupada had come in the morning to New Vrindavan, for example, in 1972-76, he came 4 times into New Vrindavan. Then that point with Prabhupada in the morning was powerful. It really hit me so hard. Prabhupada said about Krishna's love for the gopis. It really So that's how. So when devotees meet, Bodhanadasa Parasparam. Let the center be Krishna. And then when this happens, when we are completely oriented to have more Krishna conscious interactions, talking, interacting, and sharing realizations, sharing doubts. समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. When Krishna says this Jagannath कमोनत्र मतलब क्या यज्ञ करने का कि नहीं करने का, वो आर्य समाज वाले लोग भी यज्ञ करते हैं. अपने को यज्ञ करना चाहिए कि नहीं करना चाहिए. So there are some doubts. Okay, you're asking devotees. So everything is Krishna centered, right? And if you do this, Krishna is saying, what will happen? There is a result for this. There is a boon, there is a result, there is a reward, there is a bakshish for that. And what will happen to that? Kathayansa Mam Nityam. When they are talking about me constantly, the Kathayansa Mam Nityam is then Tushyanti and Ramanti. Right? Yeah, their hearts are completely satisfied. Imagine what people do for satisfaction, right? They do this, that. लेकिन फिर भी satisfaction संसार में मिलता नहीं है, right? You want money for satisfaction, didn't happen. You thought it will come through name, fame, power. You get the power in a data. You are in a company here, then you want to say, give me, if I go higher, I'll feel better. I'll get more satisfaction. You go higher, it didn't happen there. You go to the highest level, become the director of the company, didn't happen, right? So you keep on doing all that thing, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. But the satisfaction of the heart can simply be had not by more gain of this world, by more acquisition, but simply by talking about Krishna. And then through that, Ramanti. Ramanti means you get completely overwhelmed by that, right? So that is what is available in Vaishnava Sangha. And that is Krishna's prescription for Vaishnava Sangha. Please do this, Krishna is saying. And through this, when you do with your devotees, you will be completely fulfilled and satisfied. And therefore, our acharyas, we've seen our acharyas that when we sing songs like when Natama Thakur is singing Pashane Kutibo Matha, you sang this, right? I don't know whether you heard this song, right? But when Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were talking at Koor, at the bank of Godavari, right? Then Mahaprabhu asked Ramanand Rai, what is the biggest misery? What is the misery? We can say, Arey bhai, cancer ka pain is biggest misery yaar. When the cancer hits your bones, you go mad only. Morphine will not work, nothing will work. Biggest misery. Somebody says, no, the biggest misery is when your spouse dies, what you feel, what you're left with is the biggest misery. So we'll say, actually, when you lose a job, biggest misery. So there will be different miseries. But when Ramandra is speaking to Mahaprabhu Chaitanya, they are on a different platform of discussion. What is the biggest misery according to them? They say, when you are not in Vaishnava association, the biggest misery. Right? When you lose Vaishnava association, right, is misery. And therefore, when Narottam Thakur actually is writing his song, and he missed the association of his dear devotee called as Ramchandra Kabiraj, then actually he said, Pashane Kutibo Matha. Pashan means stone. I am lamenting so much. I have lost the association of my dearmost friend and associate, Vaishnava friend, Ramchandra Kabiraj. He said, I am crying and banging my head against the stone. I have lost the association of such a wonderful Vaishnava. Right? So that is what is available to us. Krishna has packed up his special mercy for all of us. And therefore, in Sangha, let us try to understand that Krishna has packed up the highest mercy of his own special love in that Sangha. And by accessing that through proper attitude, we can feel completely happy and satisfied. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So I wrote a conclusion. I will have to read out the conclusion of like a carry home thought I thought I should write down. The highest use of devotee association is not merely to feel better, not even to know better, The higher association, use of devotee association is to become a better servant of Guru and Krishna. And- Thank you. Any questions, or was it too heavy, too difficult? I don't know.
Prabhuji, you mentioned about.
थोड़ा जोर से बोलना तो सबको सुनाई.
Yes. So, Prabhuji, you mentioned about the selfish desires we all have, and because we have rejected that one particular sangha. Now we are in a devotional community. It is important for us to not try to address those desires within the community. So, what are the practical ways, Prabhuji, by which we can be conscious of that? That because those desires are there, they are completely not mitigated as of now. Any practical ways? Because we are there in that community only. We don't we don't have much space outside devotee community. So, any practical?
Which material desires you are talking about?
Many things.
Like
Mataji,
example.
Tough to reveal.
क्या?
Selfish, small selfish things. can
Yeah,
be
like
there,
just-
Mataji.
Switzerland trip jana.
Not able to think right now.
You want to say something?
Just wanted to ask, means what he's saying is absolutely correct. because
Yeah.
In Kali, even the material desires are even many a times the material desires are even more. But one more thing, if someone, suppose someone is in association with devotees and all, and he has a material desire, means not exactly. He wants he wants to learn a lot. He wants to, but at the same time also he's also trying to do. Suppose he's trying to do some business in the devotees, but his intention is that some part of it will be a prasad. Means I will take to my house for my family to take care of my family. But a good part of it I will use for Gaur Seva. I will buy some books. I will give it to kids, Bhagavad Gita. So, isn't it a good thing?
Yeah.
Isn't it a good thing?
Yeah.
Because the ultimate
Fruit.
is
Yeah.
Thin line.
So the
Lines.
intention is always good. Now I can tell you, because we've been in this movement for a few years now. So these are called as holy intentions. Very good intentions, correct? And if it remains the way you are saying, it is very nice. However, you should not forget that we are talking about money. And where does Maya stay? In money, right? Right. So when two devotees or few devotees start making business, and money becomes a part of their interaction. So next time when you meet them, what will you talk to them? You won't talk about Bhagavatam or Bhagavatam. You will say, "Oh, हो गया क्या? माल गया क्या? उसमें कितना profit हुआ last time?" Right? So your transaction becomes more centered around money. And everyone is trying to gain something from that, some advantage from that money, whatever the business is there. And unfortunately, if things don't go away the way you have thought, there have been instances where the best of friends in the community who start a business together with these intentions will work together, and we will keep the profit for ourselves and share 50% of the profit with ISKCON, with Krishna conscience, with our temple, etc., etc. Business went very nice. It went very nice and went even better. And a lot of money was there, right? And they shared. They took something and then they gave something to the temple. And then now they wanted to do what? They wanted to expand and diversify because things are getting better, right? So then somebody takes a loan. And the devotee says, okay, you take a loan. He said, Prabhuji, you have got some money. We are making this business going very nicely. So can you give us X amount of Lakshmi? So they'll say, he's also my friend. Aapko bhi de sakta hoon. And then now business is going like this. He has taken a big loan and the business goes crash. Correct? What happens now? These two people are fighting among themselves, and this person is saying, "Where is my money?" What happens then? So this can become very, very difficult situation. It can become very, very difficult, very political, very divisive, right? So it appears wise over the years what we have seen to keep association of devotees and not so much money related. Keep money out of, because Maya will use that particular money to contaminate your mind and consciousness, and things will actually go. And if it's difficult to remain very pure in our dealings when money is involved, because money is Maya. Money is very powerful. Yeah.
The line is so thin that sometimes we do not realize we are this side or that side. So the key point which we wanted to make through the whole session is, let us focus on how to have meaningful association. We can be in Maya in association with each other. We can be sleeping in association or doing gossiping in association, whatever. But how to enhance the quality of our association is by having meaningful association. From better, from good to better to best type, how to make the best use of the association which is available and make progress in our journey. That's the main thing. And be alert for the red flags. When it is degenerating into something, you have to be alert and stop it, nip it at the bud, as they say, that you might land up doing that. Let's be careful about that. Because everything starts off good only, but it becomes bad over the period of time and we don't even realize it. So meaningful association is the take home message. Let's have meaningful association with each other.
When you have,
Mahamaya.
when you have a leakage in the house, usually a small crack is required. छोटा सा crack में क्या होगा? Tap, 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 and then it's called leakage. That is called as seepage. So, those who have had bad leakage in the house would probably know this. Leakage and then seepage. That's water goes along the surface, of the cement and goes, and then it goes somewhere else. And you think that tap tap ho raha hai again. Actually, it has gone, and then plaster suddenly falls. Pat karke. What happened? Yeah, seepage was there, right? So in this way, you give a small crack to Maya, and she just needs a small crack to enter. Chota sa crack is sufficient, right? Oh, everything looking very pure here. Everyone is looking for good association. But she's on the watch. She's on the watch.
कहाँ से
enter हो? Maybe this person I can use for my devious purposes. Because whatever, like that. Something can happen. So be careful. Point is that purified intelligence means, so when we are constantly hearing, doing Shravanam, we understand the glory, the power and the beauty of association, right? And therefore we will not allow the Sangha to degenerate into something which is unwanted.
So that is why meaningful association, meaning is what? That we have Krishna-centered and service-centered association with each other. When we are going to do service together, there is no question of Maya coming in. Like you all will be working together for Rath Yatra. Where is the time for Maya, or where is the chance for Maya to come? Because your goal is not to put yourself in focus, but to keep Jagannath in focus. So everybody is working for that, right? So that is Krishna-centered association. When Guru and Krishna and their seva is in the center of our association, and that is the best attitude and the best way to have meaningful association. 8 o'clock.
No, it's okay.
Thank you very much.
And the point I'm going to do, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. The glass.
Please remove this. Niche.
That's fine. That's fine.
Take it. Yeah.
While Prabhuji, you were sharing, I was trying to recollect something. It's okay, I just
Yeah.
when you told association where just now we came back from a yatra, crazy yatra, right? So at the end of the yatra, after 14 days, we were entering Tirupati. And we called many devotees, and I'm putting everything short. I can speak about this for 2 hours also, but I'm trying to put that thing short because it's related to what you told. I was relishing and enjoying when you were saying that. So when we were entering Tirupati, we called many devotees, and every devotee told why you should not go for darshan tomorrow because it's 48 hours, 36 hours. Forget about it. Get a ticket. Times have changed. You can't go to Tirumala without a ticket. 2 months in advance. Every devotee also was telling that. Their intentions were right. Actually, it was like that. But then we felt, okay, at least let us pass through Tirupati, we'll see the hills and go. Then we went to the hills, then near the Padmavati temple, one person told, go up and see what will happen. Why are you so much? Okay, let's go up. From the top, we'll see the main Gopuram, the golden Gopuram there. And that should be enough. From there we'll go. While we were going there, we didn't take my vehicle. We went in a taxi. And the taxi person told, sir, actually the rush is very less. It's the third cabin, you'll directly go. Really? Okay. So we entered there. And after we entered there, then they gave a ticket and they said, your darshan will be at 10 o'clock in the night. And we are entering at 9 o'clock in the morning.
No.
So now we are already entered. Right? So we are in the box now. The box by box. If you all know Tirupati. The box. Now it's looking at 10 o'clock. We are looking at each other. Kya hua? God tricked us? Krishna tricked us to be inside? Okay, this was not the real reason I was sharing this today. What really happened after that is what exactly you told police. Because I am with a senior devotee, His Grace Bhagwan Prabhu, and his good wife Surabhi Mataji, my good wife, and Radha Priya Mataji. So, we have 4 of us sitting, and the hall is filled with so many people. Everybody has come for darshan of Krishna only. There is no doubt. Tirupati is, everybody is coming. Balaji is there shouting, Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. It's going on. One person is supplying sambar rice, after some time upma, and then something is coming,
Oh, yeah.
wo chal raha hai wo piche. Then we were still going to finish our rounds. We said, okay, we finished our 16, 18, 20, whatever we have our resolutions. Okay, ab kya karenge? We just looked at each other. And then I told Balwan Prabhu, let's play a game. So what is the game? Let's discuss what Krishna told in each chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Each of us, let us tell what we remember from each chapter. We'll start from the back. 18th chapter, kya yaad hai? Tum bolo, 18th chapter, kya yaad hai? Somebody wrote 2. Then we realized, my God, we never read Bhagavad Gita. We are not able to remember anything. Then we went to 17th chapter, then 16th chapter. By the time we finished all the way, 3 hours passed. Because we was in chapter, we didn't even realize. And then Bhagwan Prabhu said, okay, he was talking about some aspect of God being a person and not a person. Then I asked some very pressing question. How do you prove, how do you realize that you are not you are a person in the spiritual world? What is Swarupa? Before even we realized, another 3 hours gone. And then after that, we started telling, we are doing satsang, new people are coming, some people are just coming, they are not taking interest, what to do, okay, in my place, this place. And then practical difficulty, some devotee, something, okay, then my practical, then 3 hours passed. Right? We didn't even realize, and the 10 o'clock darshan got preponed to 7:30. We didn't even realize that. There is a board that shows, when is the next darshan. And at 7:30, they announced, okay, darshan is there, now everybody run. Everybody, oh, they are running. And I'm telling Prabhuji, we didn't discuss that part, Prabhuji said, Prabhu, you forgot why you came here. Let's go. So I was just relishing, what you were saying that. What happens when we are in devotee association, when it's the best association? The wait of 10 hours became short for us because we had so much to talk and learn about Krishna.
Jai. Jai, Haribol.
Thank you for sharing.
The best part was the good, better, best, and then bad and worst. I have made a nice list. And this team has made a website, Prabhuji, cases everything else. From 20 plus countries, people started visiting their site. They have all Vaishnava bhajans in one place. They said articles are invited. I'm going to put this article for them. Your class.
Actually,
Please share it with us
Yes,
also.
ma'am.
Give to him, he'll give to
Yes.
us.
yeah, actually, he has snatched my words.
Oh, sorry.
So, Prabhuji, really, today's session was like a self-check for the entire congregation. Prabhu. Generally, each and every devotee has a mood. Each and every devotee has a mood in his spiritual practice. So sorry.
And do not
Okay, yeah. So each and every devotee has a mood in his spiritual practices. So one might be coolly doing it, one might be seriously doing it, one might be in our own satsang you might be observing a lot of devotees, right? So they carry their own nature. But it's not only about individual devotee, but each and every satsang also has a mood. Each and every community also has a mood. So today's topic, Prabhuji, what I realized, Prabhu, yes, we are in good association, and that everyone realizes. But how to make it better? And I know we are in the in progress to better, because I see a lot of devotees of services, a lot of devotees. New temple has come up here, Prabhuji. I don't know. Neela Prabhu might have already told. This is the community which is the nearest to the new temple. This is the community which is the nearest to the new temple, and almost half of the devotee community here, Prabhu, almost they go to Mangalarti every day, 4:30. There is a Yoga Narasimha Swami which has come up, so they are progressing. So many devotees are doing 16 rounds. Some are catching up. Some are yet to start. So it's in a good to better. But this particular class has really given a thought process. For me at least, that how can we make it more better? Already we are in progress from good to better, but how can we move faster to better? Then we can think of best. And to that point, Prabhu, as Raghunandan Prabhu mentioned, when I wanted to just quote, please Himanshu Prabhu, please stand here, please. He's Himanshu Prabhu, who is the person who has developed that website, Prabhu, KC Zenithians. And he is the same devotee, Prabhu. He has written a book, AI, Artificial Intelligence, AI Unfiltered. That book is second, what is it? Bestseller, second bestseller in New York. Yeah. So, whatever the AI related thing, we immediately jump onto him. And he has, within few days, he has created the website. Now, more number of hits are coming up, and we are trying to have this website further fine-tuned, and we are planning to even make that website into an app, mobile app. Of course, this is still in progress. We are thinking how better we can. I already put this idea to Liran Prabhu. We are just. I already put Prabhu. Yeah. You kept a surprise.
That's nice.
Yeah. So, like that, Prabhuji, we are progressing. But this session today, Prabhu, it's like a reality check for the entire congregation mood on how to move towards better and how better we can move towards best. Probably we need to. Probably I will discuss with you and Leelan Prabhu how best we can make it, but we are trying our best with Leelan Prabhu and our His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj's blessings and Krishna's blessings. We are trying our best to see how better we can bring more souls, and if possible, everything goes fine, we might add another community also for this sessions, Prabhuji. So we'll keep you posted on that, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for your session, Prabhuji. And I know I have snatched between the doubts session, but still I wanted to ask once again, if any other questions are there, please. It's very difficult to get. Today it's the third session for Prabhuji and Mataji. So morning one session, afternoon one session, now this is the last session of the day. Again tomorrow there are 2 more sessions. So there are three more sessions. So they are quite busy. So again it's very difficult to get association. Yeah, Mataji, please. Yeah.
Nandi, we want to hear you on the speaking in the mic.
Yeah.
You may have to come closer, probably.
Please.
use this.
If one person is unhealthy or unwell, to take a association of devotees every time, like going physical and doing some seva or like that, and she can't do something like that. And when in her home, if she's doing chantings and DT seva, is that okay? Or every time she has to go to devotees and do seva?
Yeah, just wanted to reiterate. I don't know. I think everyone has heard it, but I just wanted to reiterate the question what Mataji asked. If a devotee is unhealthy and is not in a situation to take the devotee association, physical devotee association, then can that devotee be in house and do service in the deity worship and do her chanting and rounds, and she can be alone? Is that permissible, or how better she can handle it? That's what the question is. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. I think I should keep it up.
Yeah. See, association is very diverse, Mataji, right? This is the standard type of association where Vaishnavas come together. They will have a Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, Hari Prasad, right? And share life, share consciousness, and learn from each other, right? That's a standard way. However, Krishna's mercy is so beautiful that it doesn't have to be always on a physical platform, right? The Sangha is based on our consciousness, and consciousness by nature is not material, correct? Consciousness is not material. And therefore, for a person who has limitations of her body or her body, that Sangha can come through technology, for example, correct? Suppose today we are having this nice discussion with each other, right? Somebody is not able to come. The child's exam is there, or somebody is sick. So many reasons can be there why they are not. But the desire is important. What we are talking about is physical limitations can be overcome by sincerity of the person's desire. Right? Everything is based on desire. Correct? Everything, literally everything. Right? And therefore that person can actually be connected online. Right? Or if say, oh Prabhuji, I'm not able to come, but please make some notes for me, and can you just share with me what was discussed today? And the person makes notes and sends it to her. Right? So in this way, there can be you can never say that I cannot get association. Right? There's always going to be some methodology, some technology, some method by which you can get association. And therefore, in the given situation, if the devotee is doing her best, right? See, Krishna is a very sensitive God. He's very sensitive. Because sensitive means that he understands human behavior, Vaishnava behavior very, very keenly, very deeply, because he is the Lord in the heart. He knows us more than we know ourselves. Right? So he is constantly seeing what is the intent, what is the level of sincerity which the devotee is practicing. And with that situation of being maybe bedridden or whatever you are thinking about, somebody is sick, how the person is hankering. The gopis are not allowed to go to the Rasa Leela. Some people are not able to go only. But they were hankering so deeply. Right? So Krishna came to them in the bhava expansion and was there with them. Right? So Krishna is like that. Krishna is like that. If you are in a situation where you cannot go, but you are deeply hankering, Krishna will arrange somehow or the other that it will reach you. It will reach you. So as they say, there is no material impediment for Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is beyond any material impediment. Whether you are young, you are old, you are sick, not sick, you are healthy, unhealthy, whatever you are, Krishna consciousness can be practiced by anybody, at any time, at any place. That is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. So, if a person is doing his best, then he may be probably more associated than those who are sitting in the room sometimes, right? Because eagerness. Today morning we had a small talk, we were talking about this quality of eagerness. Actually, when you're talking about this, how to make it better, from how to make things from A to B to C, right? Then one of the important factors is eagerness. That when eagerness to really meet devotees and share Krishna consciousness, eagerness to learn, eagerness to serve, eagerness to have heart transformation, that eagerness is there. That is very powerful catalyst for change. Right? So you must practice this quality of eagerness. How eager was Parishit Maharaj? You will see these two speakers when Krishna is speaking to Arjuna and Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to right? Among both of them, you see a common quality that they're extremely eager to hear every word very carefully, right? Rapt attention, eyes glued, no more going for this or fiddling with the mobile or and struggling with their sleep. They were glued completely, right? That eagerness. And each time Goswami Maharaj is thanking Parisa Maharaj for your eagerness to learn is making me speak more. Your question is making me speak more. That eagerness was there. So that's something which can be a very beautiful quality to really pray for and imbibe in our heart. That how to become more eager for Krishna. Because when he said the word greed, G for growth, is that greed can be enhanced through eagerness. The more eager you are, the more greedy you are for Krishna. Right? So that's one. So Mataji, is it okay? Yeah? Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Actually, Mataji loves her daughter very much, Kritika. So, yeah. So, any other questions from Prabhuji and Mataji's? Again, it will be very difficult. Again, I don't know when Dwarkadhish Prabhu would be coming to Hyderabad, I'm not sure. But, yeah. Huh? Our topic. Prabhuji, yeah, I will ask on his behalf one question. How to progress in, I know it's a big topic again, but in brief, if you can add.
Next time.
Next time.
What is it?
How to progress in spiritual life with material duties and distractions.
That can be the topic for next time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a.
Yeah. Any other questions?
It's a presentation.
Surrenderness.
Anyway.
Maybe that's also.
Yeah. Any other questions, Prabhuji and Mataji's? Yeah. And just adding on top of what Prabhuji said for Roshni Mataji's question, I mean, desire or eagerness. I mean, believe me, in the little Casey of 9 years, whatever I had with the blessings of Gilan Prabhu, if we desire sincerely, in your spiritual needs, I think Krishna fulfills.
Yes.
Krishna surely fulfills actually. It should be spiritual, not material. Once again, very. He will fulfill. So somehow through devotees, he fulfills. Try and test it.
True. Very true.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So no more questions, right? And we are wrapping up.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Thanks for.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Hari Bol.
Yeah. So let us thank this Dwarkadhish Prabhu and Vishaka Priya Mataji for giving their association for Saturday, 20th July. So let us thank with June. I'm very futuristic about exactly on 19th July we are having Radha Yatra here. 19th, today only carrying happened before Tellapur. Almost carrying is closed. Radha Yatra for Tellapur area. So I was still in that hangover, so I'm sorry. So let us thank Prabhuji and Mataji with 3 loud and enthusiastic. Anyone want to?
Tomorrow program I'll just tell.
One minute, I will just do this.
Yeah.
And let us thank Gilan Prabhu also for scheduling all the things. And specifically, without asking me, he has allotted for this session. So let us thank His Grace Gilan Prabhu also with.
It's okay to schedule without asking. Hare Krishna.
You have thought about it.
That's great. Hare Krishna. So, so quick thing, tomorrow also we're going to have many sessions with Prabhuji and Mataji. So you don't miss. We are very close here. It's not too far. So tomorrow morning in Aparna Lake Breeze, we have a nice topic for discussion. And that's about role of Grahasthas in Varnashrama. As married couples, how we can contribute to this entire, all the Varnas, all the other ashrams also. We can learn that. And tomorrow, Grahasthas in Varnashrama, Grahasthas. Yeah. And then after that, in the afternoon also, we have a session in Tridasha, happiness in spiritual life, how to get it. So that's also very important. And tomorrow evening in our ISKCON Bhakti Center, Pichiboli, there also we have a nice session on how to practice spiritual life when we are really challenged by difficult situations. Right? How
And
to,
last session now,
yeah,
please try to come. We are going to take anchored in Nishtha as the topic
yeah.
for this thing. Anchored in Nishtha, it will be interesting. Please.
Yeah, don't miss that. It will be a 3-hour session. So till 5:30 to 8:30. Until we get Nishtha, nobody is going out. So Hare Krishna, thank you very much. So, I think it's 8:15. So we'll, whatever is the next format, Narsiharthi? Yeah, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Yes. Jai.
Namaste.